every Wednesday to share insight of the world on Insider. Today on K-Poppin's Insider, we've got choreographer Jonah in the studio. Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Okay, so Jonah, you need to do this since it's like a, official show. Please introduce yourself.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jonah Kalani Aki. I'm from Hawaii originally.
Really?
Yes. But after I graduated university, I've been living in Korea for 6 years now.
6 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a long time.
It has.
Yeah.
Okay, now before we go into like all the fun different questions here, your name, like Jonah, and this is because I'm half Korean too, and so we always get questioned about our names and whatnot. So your name, Jonah, and like just in its entirety. Background, parents, like you're originally, where are you from? Like, or parents from?
Cool. So my father is 100% native Hawaiian.
Whoa.
And then my mom is white.
Yeah. And I'm half white because I can say that. Yeah.
So my name, actually Jonah, is because my grandfather used to say my mom looked like a whale when she was pregnant with me.
Oh no, Grandpa.
And then Kalani is like the John of Hawaiian language. Like
everybody has it
named Kalani. And
Okay.
then family name is Aki, which is weird. It's like super Hawaiian name to us, but everyone thinks I'm Japanese.
Which I was going to actually say that because it has, I think it's because of the K. I feel if it was spelled different, less people would assume that.
Well, Hawaiian is like all Ks.
Which is ironic because I feel that the world doesn't know that. The world doesn't know that much.
I know.
Yeah. Because even when we watched Moana, we didn't get that. Okay, so first things first. I recently learned this, so I'm going to have to do it too. So there's the camera. I think I'm doing this right. Okay, do you know what this means?
No idea. Learning it for the first time.
Okay, apparently if you are an insider, this is what you do.
Oh.
So yeah, the next time you do a dance like that.
Okay, I'm going to put that in there. Everyone, stay tuned.
Now, the reason why I'm very excited today is because I recently watched you on Swing Kids.
You did?
Yes.
Thank you for watching.
So I recently watched you on Swing Kids. So you were in the film. Now, you've been in Korea for 6 years. You are a choreographer, but like, has been acting also been something you've been interested in? Or like, how did that happen?
So it's kind of just a result of the circumstances.
Okay.
You know? Like, I try to do dancing as much as I can, but sometimes they'll be like, this dance job is here, but you're going to have to do a little acting too.
Oh.
So then I try it. I've done like a couple commercials where I've had to kind of act around. And then when Swing Kids came, I was like, should I take a class? Like, should I
start letting legit ready
like,
for this?
legitimately get ready for this?
Okay.
And when I saw the script for the first time, it was like this no-name character. I don't have any lines. I'm just dancing in the back.
Okay.
And that was all cool. I was like, cool, I'll just like be myself. I'll just do the choreography and then I'll be in this movie. It's great. And then when we get there, they're like, by the way, we added like a bunch of lines for you to say.
You had a really big part in the film.
Like, surprisingly bigger than I thought, which I'm so grateful for. But now that the movie's come out, I'm like, I'm an actor now. So. By the way, I'm an actor.
You're an actor now. Just overall, like you came to set, they started giving you like lines all of a sudden, and so this was they were able to add a lot of fun and humor to a really serious topic of like the war in Korea and everything.
Yeah.
So did you end up picking up anything about like history or just a little bit from the film, or was this just more of like come to set, do my thing, and go home?
Well, originally, it's a musical, right? Swing Kids. It's the musical Rogisu. So when I first saw the script, I kind of researched
a little bit
what it was about. And then when the full script came out, I fully read the whole thing. Just so that I can, one, practice Korean, and then and two, like just really kind of get to know what's happening.
Okay.
So, but for me, it was great because I was in all the fun parts.
Yeah, you were in all the fun parts where you get a chance to all of a sudden start busting move in front of Dio.
Yes.
Now, Dio kind of ended up becoming a teacher, I guess, or like a tutor for you sometimes, probably because you were in a lot of scenes with him. Most of the scenes were with him and whatnot. So what was that like?
Well, first, he's very quiet.
He seems very quiet.
He's very quiet, very professional, very like please, I'm focusing right now. But I'm not the kind of person that like fanboys over anybody. So when I met him for the first time, of course, I was like, oh, like this is really happening. Like he's right there. I'm literally like, I have to grab his arm in the next scene. Like, so it just like, he was nice. And then he kind of like gave me direction for how we can all look better in the scene. Especially himself, but he's the star. So I was like, what can I do
to make this better?
To make you look good and I also look good.
At the same time.
At the same time.
Okay, now apparently we share a few friends. Marshall's one of our mutual acquaintances. You know Tae as well, the choreographer. You were thanking her and giving her a shout out for Newest's recent concert.
Jaehee?
Yeah.
You know her?
Yeah.
I love her.
I saw her. Yeah. I saw this on your social media account. So I'm guessing that your collaboration with Newest's recent concert was through her?
Yes, through her.
Okay.
She's the director of the whole thing.
Oh. Yeah. And so how do you two know each other?
So when well, this is a long background story. Do you want me to condense it for you?
Sure. Try to summarize it as much as possible, but you do have plenty of time.
When I first came here, it was, 2013?
Okay.
And that's when Dancing 9 Season 2 came out.
I watched the season.
You did?
Yeah.
I was on it.
You were?
I was behind the scenes. I was on it for like more than a month.
Really?
But in the final like premiere of the whole thing, 20 seconds. Just me introducing myself. So I didn't get to actually dance or anything on the show. But through there I met like so many people. And through that show I met this girl who's now one of my greatest friends. Her name is Sydney. She's another dancer here.
Okay.
And she was dancing for Isung-chul at the time.
Oh, and so is Jay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so is Jaehee.
Okay.
So in the end, we all like did the concert together, had a great time. And then recently she reached out to me and was like, hey, there's this opportunity. Do you want to do it? And I was like,
of course.
Yes.
Of course.
How can I say no?
How can I say no? Okay, so that's how you guys got a chance to do it. So which stage did you get a chance to do? I want you to like PR the part of the stage for any of the fans that went to the concert. Like, which stage was my masterpiece?
So if any of you are a friend of Choi Min-gi, Ren from New East, his solo song Paradise, that's all me.
Wow.
That was all me.
Wow.
The concept was not me, but all the choreography and staging was me.
Okay. Okay. So I want to see, you have a pretty nice resume of just stuff that you've done here in Korea. So let's kind of go, since you did help with the masterpiece of recently run stage, like could you run through maybe the choreography that you've done or like the music videos you've been in, just kind of like a really short summary of your resume?
Okay.
For anybody who's listening who might cast you next.
Hello, everyone. Here's my resume in words.
In words.
Let's just try and do it off the top of my head. I've done Hyuna.
Okay.
I was in Otte.
Okay.
How's This by Hyuna. I've done You and Me by Yoon Mi-rae.
Okay.
And then I danced for Isung-chul.
Okay.
I did Swing Kids. I was in Black Suit by Super Junior.
Okay.
I was in Unmyeong by Dongbang Shinki.
Okay.
I was in what? Oh, do you know Chung Il-hoon?
Yes, of course.
His solo song She's Gone.
Okay.
I was in that.
Okay.
What else? And then New East.
Okay. So these are stuff that you worked on and also like helped choreograph, or just like were in the music videos?
I was just in the music videos.
Okay.
Well, some of them had choreography, so I didn't actually make most of the choreography, but we had a lot of choreography practice, which is unfortunate because if you watch those music videos back, you're not going to see any of that choreo in the end. But filming a music video, that's a whole nother topic.
Oh yeah, that is a whole nother topic. So speaking of Hyuna and stuff like that, I think we actually have a video that we're going to quite shortly play for the listeners right now as we have Jonah in the studio just to kind of, oh, there we go. So this is the choreography you did.
But this is just like my personal...
Your personal choreography.
Yeah. Choreography can always be improved upon.
Look at that. So embarrassing, right? Watching yourself.
부끄러워요.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so somebody is really embarrassed right now. So this was kind of like your own rendition of, you know, like you do a lot of different covers.
Yes.
For like songs and whatnot.
My whole, I guess, philosophy, if you want to call it that, is I love K-pop music. I love it. But I hate doing K-pop dance covers. Like, I hate copying somebody else's choreography, which, I mean, there's merit to it. I'm not saying that it's bad by any means, but I want to kind of put my own spin on it. So when I first moved to Korea, I was like, I'm going to take these songs and I'm going to make my own choreo to it and just kind of experiment and see what comes out of it. And I guess, in a way, through that, a lot of people, like, came to know me in the dance scene here
through a lot of the covers
that I've done.
Okay. So all of the stuff that we've seen up until now, like the movie, the music videos that you were in and whatnot, in Korea, it's all about what we call kalgomu, or like very in-sync choreography. Like while you're there, since you are naturally a dancer and you see the artist dancing, it's kind of like you're a workaholic at times. It's just like you end up being like, did you ever like find yourself doing that?
Absolutely, all the time.
So it's like, even though it's not your choreography, like you see them like.
Oh yeah, but you know, unless it really needs to be addressed, then I won't usually say anything because I feel like they know if something needs to be changed. They know. Okay. Also, if it's the artist, it's their song. Like. They're going to do whatever they want anyway, which is fine. Let them shine.
Okay. So since we do have our ever so talented choreographer Jonah in the studio with us for today, what we're going to do is take a listen to some more tracks. If you have any more questions and messages for him, please continue to send those in. But you did say that you worked with Hyuna. 어때하오, this is going to be the next track. So you were in the music video
I was
for this?
in the music video.
So what was it? Give us a little bit of like a brief backstory of like the music video before we go into it.
Okay. When you watch this music video, you'll see how many people are there.
Okay.
And just know that we were in a warehouse in the middle of nowhere that had no electricity and no running water.
Ew.
They brought in like generators to make power for us, but it was like more than 100 people.
Okay.
All being in there. And it's like this abandoned pool. And we were like dancing in the pool. And they set like a stage up, and it was a lot. And it was more than 24 hours straight of us being on set with no sleep. Just 24 hours
straight.
Constantly either waiting, doing
dancing,
something, or being in the back like, hey.
Okay. Well, we are going to keep the camera on. So if you start, feeling the song and you want to kind of relive the music video, we're just going to keep the camera on for you to do that. So for those of you who have any more questions and messages for us, continue to send those in. In the meantime, as our insider continues on, Hyuna is saying, 어때? How's this? Okay, you're listening to Insider here on K-Poppin. I'm your host, Isak. We just listened to Hyuna's 어때? How's this? For those of you who were seeing Jonah dancing during the song break, he was explaining the choreography and like the music video to me. My producer told us during the song break, I have to learn Hyuna's dance. From you.
Are you ready?
No. No. Can we do this sitting down?
You should probably stand.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the mic. Okay. Oh,
okay,
the camera's down though. Okay, whatever. Okay. We can kind of. What are we doing?
You're gonna have to get down anyway.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get down anyways. How far do I have to spread my legs to get down?
Probably this much.
Okay, about a little bit wider than shoulder length. Okay. Oh, my producer's going to put on the music for us.
Okay, ready?
So I like legit have to do this.
Yeah.
Okay. What is this? What are we doing?
Sabi.
Okay, the main chorus.
There's a lot of it. Ready? And then when the chorus comes,
okay, the chorus. I think this is going to be. Wait, what am I doing? So am I like popping it?
Pop it.
Okay, I'm popping it.
And then you shake it.
Am I shaking it?
And then a lot of twerking.
I can't twerk. What am I doing? I can't twerk.
I didn't twerking.
I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Okay. I'm going to leave that up to Hyuna and then Jonah. I can't do that. Either that or no, you need to get a few more drinks into me. This is way too early in the day for me to do anything like that. Okay, I did it for the sake of our listeners. My staff is loving that. 저희 작가님들 왜 이렇게 좋아하세요? 잠시만요. Why are my writers so happy that I did that?
Because you look good.
Okay. Next time I'm gonna dress like Hana and actually do this.
Okay.
So before we go into our next segment, since we have so many messages coming in from our listeners, I want to take a quick break with our listeners' questions, and then we're gonna come back to the script. So
Hi,
Tasmia
listeners.
from Bangladesh, also Leon was asking the same question.
Okay.
What is the easiest and hardest choreography you've ever created? So your easiest one, it like came to you really fast, and it was just like, bam.
Wow. Well,
Hard question.
it's a really hard question,
Right?
actually. Yeah. Well, normally when I choreograph something, especially if it's for class, I can usually make up about a minute worth of choreography in about an hour.
Okay.
But I will say that making choreography for Ren is definitely the hardest.
The hardest.
It's like a
recently.
week of constantly
Changing, editing.
We'll talk about that.
Oh, wow. So about a week or so. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. Hannah was asking a few questions. Favorite song to dance to? Oh, that's hard.
I can't just pick one song.
Then, like, the most recent song you've loved. It can be a pop track or a K-pop song. What you danced to in the shower this morning.
Well, actually, if I go out, especially in Itaewon, there's always about an hour or two of like K-pop music, just straight. Mm-hmm. And anytime Sistar comes on,
Oh, Sister.
anytime. That's like my number one a Hyorin song.
Ooh.
But they've never played Dali in the club. But if they do, it'd be over because then I'll just be like on the floor.
I could see that because I love that song.
I love
and
that
I
song
would
too.
totally love to see you do that choreography. Now, Hannah was saying a little bit more. We're going back a little bit here. What
Okay.
made you pursue your career?
My dance career. Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll keep it short. But it's
I feel like with Jonah, I can have him in the studio for like all week and we still won't get his life story.
See, I'm very long-winded. I feel like when I talk about myself, all the details are important.
Oh, yeah, of course. You need to work in radio because details are important.
When I started university, I actually started as a Japanese language major.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
And then I went to 2 classes and was like,
No.
that's not happening. No. So I changed to dance right after. Because I danced in high school. And actually, the university I went to has a very famous American dance team.
Okay.
And I was like, I have to be on that team.
Uh-huh.
If anybody watched the show America's
Got talent? Or
America's Best Dance Crew,
Yeah.
my team was on the first season. I wasn't on the first season, but my
The team was.
And they got 3rd place. Hey. They're called Cabo Modern, by the way.
Oh.
You know Cabo Modern?
Yeah, I saw the show.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah. I was their
you were on-
director for a little bit.
Okay, wow. I was fangirling already, but now I'm fangirling even more. Okay.
So then when I started dancing with them and I was doing my dance major at university, I was like, wow, this is like really what I want to do. Like, and I was working at Disneyland at the time. I was performing in the shows there. So
Oh, I could totally see you work there. I hear it's really hard.
it's harder than you think it is.
Yeah, I hear that it's pretty hard.
Yeah.
Especially with the California weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
But then after that, like, there's so much competition in LA that, and I kind of wanted to live abroad, so I came to Korea and I was like, I'm gonna make this happen.
Wow.
I'm gonna dance in Korea, everyone.
Okay.
And
so
hey, it
and that's how
happened.
and he's been here for 6 years.
And everyone thought I was crazy, like for real. They were like, "What? You're going to Korea?
Where's that?"
You'll be back." Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah. Where's that? Where? Who? What?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is, I think, a little bit of anybody who maybe has danced in the club once or twice could probably think the same thing. So choreography and just dancing is different.
Totally.
That was a question. So, like, if we were to kind of, like, break that down, I don't want it to be, like, an hour-long, like,
Yeah, no, I won't
class,
be.
which it could be. But, like, dance and then just, like, choreography in itself. Like, what would be, a kind of a good definition to differentiate them?
The easiest thing to say is that dance everyone thinks that they can't dance, but everyone can dance. Everyone can move. If you're moving your body, if you're feeling the music, then you're dancing.
Okay.
Especially if you go to the club. Like, I love to see people, like, just be
zone.
free, have fun, live their life. That's dance. But choreography is different because you have to do specific movements at a specific time. And I guess it's actual work. You have to actually think.
Okay.
Whereas I personally feel like you can just dance and not even think about it. Like,
okay. So I feel that I've been kind of torn between this because I have the very same understanding with like dance and choreography, but then I'll see a video about like somebody heading it freestyle choreography, and it's like choreographed, but they have freestyle in front of it, and I'm just like, doesn't it kind of defeat the purpose?
When people say freestyle choreography, first of all, that's wrong.
Right.
But when you freestyle, I think if you say freestyle choreography, you can kind of map out what you want to do.
Like pre-think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just pre-think about certain things within your skill set that you want to do and just do them whenever it naturally comes out.
Okay. That kind of makes more sense. So we do have a few yes or no questions that I wanted to put you under kind of like the third degree, kind of turn up the heat a little bit here.
Cool.
So you are the head of Autumn Project Dance Team, am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So instead of being the leader, I like being the youngest, the maknae of the team. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
Leader.
Leader. You'd rather be the leader. Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
When it comes to dancing and selfies are harder. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
Yes.
Okay. Any good restaurant in the Itaewon area, I'm your guidebook. Yes or no? 3, 2, 1.
No.
No. Okay. When it comes to party, I'm the life of the party. Do not try to challenge me with that. Yes or no?
Absolutely yes.
Absolutely yes. Okay. This is going to be hard. You have to choose between the two. Out of 동방신기 and Super Junior, which team do you think is the best at performances? No thinking. 3, 2,
Super
1.
Junior.
Oh, okay. Super Junior. And last but not least, your dream choreography to work with Beyonce, Queen Bee, or BTS?
Oh, Beyonce, always.
Okay, Beyonce. All right. We're going to see why he chose those answers and more of your questions after this. So continue to send those in. But speaking of Super Junior and 동방신기, we have 동방신기's 운명, The Chance of Love. You were also in this music video as well.
I was in this music video.
Give us a little bit of a like backstory before we take a listen to it. So what was that like?
Well, also this video took more than 24 hours straight to shoot. And we waited for ever. We got there at maybe 7 in the morning, and then they kept pushing it back, and then we didn't actually film our part until 4 a.m. the next day.
Wow.
And then we had an extra shooting day that they added, and then I was in the video for 3 seconds.
Well, that's what happens. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a quick song break, and then we're going to come back, see why he said yes or no to these questions, more of your questions as well, as we have Jonah on our Insider for today. 동방신기 is singing 운명, The Chance of Love. You're listening to K-Poppin here on Arirang Radio. I'm your host, Isak. And during the song break, I just got the bright idea that Jonah needs to be somehow, some way on our show weekly.
I mean, invite me, I'll come.
Yes.
I'll be here anytime
I have
you need
his
me.
word. I have his word. If he doesn't come, I'm going to get to him through Marshall. So Will was saying, welcome Jonah to the #1 show on Arirang. How long does it usually take a solo artist like Cheonga to a full group, A-Pink for instance, to show a single song's choreography from start to the first time that they learned it to like when they actually go and perform on stage? I know it's probably different per artist, but...
Yes, it's definitely different per artist, but it's a lot longer than you think. Choreography... It has its like original state, and then it goes through changes literally on an hourly basis. Like you can fully stage something and then the next day be like, you know what? I don't like that whole second half. So it has to change the whole thing. And then if you look at the thing that I admire most about K-pop choreography is that the staging is always on point. And the way that they manage to balance like multiple members, get that one person in the center in that one part is very, very difficult. So it takes a long time. I've heard that it can take up over a month.
For some songs.
Yeah, for some songs.
Okay.
A solo artist is a little bit easier, you know.
Because there's only one person.
And they stand in the middle and then everyone else has to move around them. So for that, dancers can practice on their own without the artist. But usually it takes a long time.
Okay. But yeah, and of course when it comes to Tonga, I've also seen her do a lot of her own choreography. So
Well, she's an amazing dancer.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
I hear that she has more time just trying to remember what comes next instead of like memorizing stuff because she just keeps changing. I feel that this could be a occupational hazard for choreographers because like you said during the song break, like choreography is always changing. And so I would feel that while you're dancing, if you get inspired, even though you have a set choreography, I feel that you would feel the urge to spontaneously just do whatever was in your head.
I mean, it's happened.
It's happened.
Oh, it has definitely happened.
It has definitely happened.
And you're like, especially the biggest problem is if you're in the front of a formation, like say there's a stage and you're the point person and then you mess up, you don't know that you're messing up.
Exactly.
Until you do a turn and everyone else is like, what are you doing? So you're like,
oops.
Or you're like, I did so good in that performance, and you watch the video and you're like,
what did I just do?
Oh my gosh, I messed up the entire thing.
Okay, Sunny asked a really important question. Secret to maintaining your body. I feel that for dancers, no matter how old or young they start dancing, joints hurt, backs hurt, elbows, injuries, all that stuff. So how do you kind of stay on top of that?
Fortunately, I have a high metabolism.
Okay.
So I can eat whatever I want and I stay exactly the same.
Oh.
Yes. But now that I'm getting older, and if you go and if you find a dance video of me online, you'll see my choreography. I put my body into like places that people don't usually do. And my like team members, they're always complaining about
the way that you choreograph.
Well, the way that I choreograph. So I think it's just stretching because I stretch a lot.
Okay. So your flexibility and everything is just thanks to that. So warming up your body.
Yeah, warming up is very important.
Okay, getting you ready for that. Speaking of mistakes on stage, Judy from Singapore is saying, what's the most embarrassing mistake that you've made on stage?
This wasn't while I was in Korea, but when I was on Cabo Modern, we were at this huge competition, and it was my part. But I literally like froze for maybe about a good 10 seconds. So my advice is if you ever like forget the choreography and you have to perform something, just strike a pose and hold that pose and sell it. Because then you look at it back and you're like, wow, look at your solo.
Because you're like, bam, I got this. Okay.
Usually I'll be like it'll be some turn and then come down and then we're like, and then I forget what is next. So everyone's moving around me and I'm like.
Act like you were supposed to do it differently.
Act like that's exactly what the choreo was.
Okay. How did your dream of being a dancer start growing? So you did start talking about like you just changed majors, but like having it from being just a major to like, oh no, this is a dream that I want. Was there like a turning point? Was there like a particular performance or?
It's kind of embarrassing, but when Britney Spears came out with "I'm a Slave for You,"
wow,
I was like, that's what I want to do. I want to be there.
I want to be there.
When she was like, in her video, she's like, now watch me. And I was like, that's it.
Okay, I'm sold.
My life course has been changed forever.
I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life.
This is what I want for the rest of my life.
Well, it happens because like certain singers who wanted to be a singer, like a certain note in a song, that happens too.
Yeah.
It'll be like one live performance that they saw, it just completely blew them away. So it's not embarrassing at all. Now, you actually talked about during the song break that how you only like to move your upper body instead of like footwork. BTS Timini was asking, what are some dances you can do only with your upper body?
Like dance styles or like actual choreography?
I feel that if they were in the club and they wanted to like, you know, just like show that they like actually got some rhythm, what would there be like some things that they could actually do? So you could probably just show them sitting down now.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to use your feet eventually.
Okay.
But usually a lot of like this kind of stuff, especially if you're going to the club, like this is my go-to, like to the club move, especially if it's crowded, because I'm like, excuse me,
move, please.
Hey, can you move? Excuse me, please move.
I love that dance. That's hilarious.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it gets you through the
absolutely.
people.
Your options are doing this and working your way through the club, or you're gonna be like, excuse me, and then getting bumped by everybody.
Yeah, because everybody's stepping on you.
Exactly.
Okay. Tia from Korea was asking, what kind of different genres in dance that you would like to try that you haven't tried yet? Because like even in Korea, we have our traditional dance as well. We have
Korean traditional dance is amazing. I personally don't have the restraint to do Korean traditional dance. When people who are not dancers watch Korean traditional dance, it just looks like they're doing something like slow or they're just this kind of thing, but there's so much intricate stuff happening while they're doing it, which I don't think I could do, but I've always wanted to take like a class. Or I don't know what it's called, but you know when they have the string on their hair or on their hat and they're like this one?
Yeah.
I love that. I really want to learn how to do it.
So you're really interested in like the traditional performances.
Yeah. I love like traditional dances from different cultures. I mean, you know, I'm from Hawaii, so we have hula, like Tahitian dance, all that kind of stuff. It's very it's definitely influenced the way that I dance in general.
Okay.
Like different cultures. I take all of that in.
Okay. So you're just really intrigued.
Yeah.
We need to have him do like a vlog or something of him doing like a traditional Korean
I will do it. Find me a class because I kind of don't know where to go to find one.
To find one?
But if you find me one, I will definitely go.
Binyam, I think we need to make like a whole season of like him and me learning Korean traditional dances.
Let's do it.
And make a vlog about it.
Yes.
Oh, our staff outside's like, ooh, they're getting sparkly with like different video options that we could do with that. Mita was saying, since you were talking about food, what's your comfort food? What's the food that is just like, you probably try to stay away from it, but is like the best comfort food that you could ever have?
Spam. Anything with
Oh, you're
spam in
Hawaiian.
it. I'm Hawaiian.
Oh, yeah, you're Hawaiian.
Spam is the food of Hawaii.
It is.
But spam, I love spam.
Okay.
And hot sauce. I like to put hot sauce on
Everything.
on everything.
Okay.
So if it's spicy, then I feel comforted.
Okay. No Name came in with this one. There's a lot of young kids that are doing like choreography covers these days, and they are actually like debuting and doing all that kind of stuff. Your perspective on this? This came in from one of our like Korean listeners. Just like, you know, kids dancing, constantly like doing covers and whatnot.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great. I think dance is a way. I think dance is very underrated, actually.
Okay.
In all the arts, it's usually the one least chosen versus singing or acting.
Okay.
So I think it's great that people are like trying to improve themselves, show what they got, especially since K-pop has been so like such a huge wave for everyone. Now everyone's like, I have to learn that dance. I have to make a video of it. And now I'm a dancer. I think that's great.
Okay.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. All right. Well, I don't want to do this, but Jonah, we're running out of time.
We are?
Yeah. So I have to kind of tell you to, you know, like say your goodbyes. So for the listeners who just found you out, don't cry. The listeners who just found you out, I know that you have a dance crew. You also have like classes and stuff like that. So I'm going to actually legit give you time to like PR yourself to like come take my class or check out this because I'm going to be in this later in the year.
Cool. Well, first of all, I have an Instagram.
Okay.
That's where you can watch and find out about all the stuff that I do.
Okay.
It's at jonah.aki.
Okay.
Okay, you can find me there.
We've also linked him in our account too.
Yes. These days I'm not doing class because I've been really busy with working a lot of stuff. But if I do, everything I do, I usually post information on Instagram.
Okay. So social media is the place to go.
Yes. Or you can catch me on my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Which is Neon Milk.
Okay.
On YouTube. There's no dance videos there, but
just fun insight.
Just fun insight into
stuff.
A certain thing in Korea.
just his life in Korea and a lot of other fun stuff too.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Jonah, for joining us today. We are going to take a song actually from the Swing Kids film. It is...
Is it Hwanhee?
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh.
It's Jongsuda's Honey Delight.
That is one of my favorite songs ever.
Really?
After I found out that song, first of all, I already loved this song. And then when I found out it was going to be in the movie, it was my song that I auditioned to.
Really?
Yeah. And that's like, they were like, we're going to play this song. You might know it. You probably don't.
You probably don't.
Can you just like freestyle to this? And when they put it on, I was like, this is my song.
What you talking about? I love this song.
And then I did my freestyle and they were like, welcome to the film.
Welcome to the team.
So I owe this song a lot.
Okay, well, he's going to dance his way out of the studio as we take a listen to it. Jongsuda's Honey Delight, and we'll see you next time. Bye, Jonah.
Yes, bye. Everyone. Mwah.